Hello, L3 online friends. All right, let's start again. Sorry,
Okay, so just start whenever you're ready.
I'm I'm rusty, man.
Now you're good. Just start whenever you're ready. It's good. It's just gonna be recording, so just
All right, great.
right. But I'm gonna mute myself, so just go ahead.
Okay,
There you
okay, okay.
go. WhatsApp you whenever, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, L3 online friends. Fernando Garcia here, and welcome back to our show. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and a great New Year's. And now that the holidays are over, it's time to get back to football. But before we get started, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media channels and subscribe to our YouTube channel. With us today, we have Diego Rivera and El Super Mojado. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, feliz año nuevo, ¿cómo te va?
It's going great. It's going great. You guys eat a lot of tamales?
Always, brother.
Cálmate, cálmate,
Always.
Fernando. Pareces está mal, mi chavo. What's up, guys?
What's
How's it
happening,
going,
big man?
Super?
Yeah.
Aquí ya ves. Welcome back, guys. Welcome everybody that is tuning in.
Well, are you guys ready for La Liga MX to start? Did you guys miss it? Did you guys have enough World Cup and want to see Pumas play again, Chivas play again? What's going on?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're back in the circus. We're gonna see a lot of comedy these next few months, which I live for it. It's our league is not the best, but it's our league, so we gotta support.
That's right. How about you, Super? You ready to see Chivas succeed, or what's going on?
Hey, man. How could we miss La Liga MX when we had the World Cup going on? Despite the outcome. I didn't like the outcome, but it was good. It was good stuff. So I didn't really miss it. And we have like Copa por Mexico. So I mean, how how else can we?
Uh, I don't know, man. That Copa por Mexico, I had low expectations for it, but it was worse than I expected. The first three games, no goals. So I
not
mean, I don't know.
not for Chivas, but at the end of the day, it was a scrimmage, and it was they were just getting back to it. Getting trying to get some rhythm. So it's all
Yeah,
right. It
well, I
was a
mean,
little show.
yeah. At the end of the day, that's what that little Copa was for, to get in rhythm. And let's hope that the Liga MX, like the whole Clausura 2023, is better. But let's get started with the first match weekend, which is already gonna start tomorrow. Is there any games that you guys are particularly looking forward to, or are you guys just gonna watch them all, or what's going on in you guys' head?
So I'm looking forward to Rayados Chivas. Chivas has got a Pocho Guzman right now, and he came out and said, "We have to win. We have to win." So I expect them to go out there and win because it's it's time for Chivas to wake up. I'm not a Chivas fan, by the way.
No, it's all right. It is Chivista y Chiva hermano de closet. We all know this. Come on.
Okay.
Of course, man. What other the game but the one for Chivas? Chivas Monterrey is gonna be a great game, man. I think that a lot of people are expecting to see a great match because Monterrey had they just have some good new additions to the team, and let's see what El Serbio has to offer for Chivas. They did leave un ahora sí que un agridulce sabor de boca for during the Copa for Mexico because they won 4 games, and they only lost the final. But we saw we saw good things. I think that they're gonna have a decent tournament. But again, it's just because they didn't get enough refuerzos. I think that it's not we're not gonna they're not gonna lift the title.
Well, you seem more confident about Chivas than other tournaments, so I'm assuming that you have some hope that they might make it further. I guess this tournament, correct, Super?
Like I said, at this rate, I think it's just a little more of the same, new, just with new faces, and I'm not, I'm not gonna say that. Oh, now they're not gonna be a contender, but I like what I saw so far. So we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
no, they did good. They did good. They scored a lot of goals, so that's a good sign. And in other tournaments, they had issues with that. They wouldn't put the ball in the goal, but they did a good job in this little cup. The game that I'm looking forward to is, of course, Pumas contra Juarez. Probably the best of the of the first match weekend.
Adiós,
¿Qué te comiste
Chihuahua.
en Qatar? ¿Qué te comiste en Qatar, mi Fernando? What happened to you, man? I thought
I don't know.
maybe
Well,
by going to the World Cup you would have come back a little more con la
Fancy.
mente más avanzada, man. You still
no, I mean,
en el mundo de los sueños.
hey, Pumas tiene al jugador mundialista que llegó más lejos en Qatar. So I, I don't know, man.
Okay.
That's what I brought back from Qatar. And
Oh
now that
my
he's
god.
not being careful to not hurt himself to go to the World Cup, le va a dar todo. So you know, Dani Alves va a estar con todo con Pumas, and I think Pumas is gonna make it far. Aunque te rías, super. We'll look
They
back.
are gonna
We'll
make
look
it
back at
far.
this show later on when Pumas esté en la final. Anyway,
Yeah.
No
I
te
think
digo, no te
another
digo.
I think another key game that's going to be interesting is obviously Santos Tigres. You know, they Santos. I mean, Tigres just got for Fernando Gorriarán from Santos. It's going to be a quick homecoming for Gorriarán, and I don't know how if he's going to be able to handle the pressure.
Well, I think the eyes are gonna be more on the benches, right? I mean, mira, Tigres. I think Tigres is gonna have a lot to prove now because with this new coach. So for that,
yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing that how
that's
he's
gonna
gonna
be
fit.
interesting.
Yeah, well, you're champions with Atlas two times, and now you have a team that has an actual budget. So if you don't win this tournament, it's a failure, in my opinion.
Yeah. So we're talking about who's gonna be champions. I think Puma's gonna make it far. You think Chivas gonna make it far, but who's gonna be the dark horse in this league? Do you guys have one? Do you think that usually doesn't make it far, but is gonna make it far this tournament?
I think I mean I've said this in the past and they've been doing all right. I think San Luis is gonna have a decent tournament. They have had decent tournaments in the past couple tournaments, and I think this is not gonna be the exception. I think if I gotta pick one, I think I would say San Luis.
How about you, Diego?
I mean, it's kind of weird to say this, but I mean, I would say Pachuca. Obviously, they won the championship last season, but now more than ever, they get that morale boost with Luis Chavez, who was Mexico's player of the tournament in the World Cup, in a crappy team, but hey, he was a shining light. He's the one he can provide the moral support going forward.
That's good. That's good. I think it's gonna be Querétaro. Otra vez con las risas, super.
No, es que no te digo, mi chavo. Come on, go ahead. I'll let
No,
you
I mean,
speak. I'll let you
no.
speak.
Well, in order to for somebody to get better or to go up, you have to hit rock bottom, and I think Querétaro just. I don't think they could go any like worse than they have in the past 2 years,
They've been hitting rock
and
bottom every tournament.
no, I mean because they haven't completely hit rock bottom, and I think this is a tournament that they're gonna start doing good things. I'm not saying they're gonna make it to the final or semifinal, but I think que se van a colar al repechaje y por ahí llegan a la liguilla, but maybe that's about it. But they're gonna be the dark horse, the team that surprised everybody that they made it that far. I don't know. I would
All
like to
right.
see a Querétaro go back into the liguilla. But they used to do that back like 5-6 years ago when they would barely make it. But that's just my opinion. Super.
All right. I
Um,
mean, tenía razón Diego, que es back to the circus.
Yeah. I love it. I love this.
¿A, a
All
poco no
right. All
extrañaste
right.
reírte, super?
I'm always laughing. That's the good thing about me. Life is good.
It is, especially when La Liga MX is around. you,
Always.
you never have a boring day without Liga MX. Wait, I mean with Liga MX. Um, do you guys have a best off season move? You know, any transfers, any best player that's going to a new team that you guys are looking forward to?
I mean, I touched on Gorriaran earlier, I would, in terms of like the worst off-season move, Luis Malagón, portero, que va para el América. It's not because of him. It's just he got in just because Ochoa left, and it's like it's too late for Ochoa to go to Europe. I mean, it's never too late for him to get success and everything, but like he's not going to play in the next World Cup, so it's like, I mean, from a national team perspective, what's the point?
Hey, he thinks he is though.
And now,
I
at
mean, I hope
first,
so.
I really didn't think he would. Now I have doubts, and I feel like he just might. Uh, because I feel like a lot of people outside of Mexico would want to see him in the World Cup. But who knows? I mean, good for him that he went to Salernitana. So you said your best one was Gorreran and your worst one was Malagon, right?
Malagón, because he's
Okay.
going in there to replace Oscar Jimenez as a backup. So I assume that Jimenez is going to be America's goalkeeper
I
for at
mean
least the beginning.
that would suck if Jimenez isn't a starter. You know, he's been in the bench for how many years? Like 10 already.
Nah, well, it's been like a solid 3 years, right? So you got,
I guess three. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah. I don't know the exact numbers. So Marchesín, he's benches him, and then Marchesín leaves for like 6 months or however long he was gone for, and then Ochoa comes and he's back on the bench. It's a rough time for him, but hopefully he can get some playing time and really impress, and hopefully Malagón doesn't take
Yeah.
us.
I mean, he's been a solid keeper every time he has to step up. So I think he's a good goalie. How about you, Super? Best one and worst one?
Well, I mean, I think that all eyes are gonna be on Victor Guzman, man. After being champion with Pachuca, moving to Chivas, a team that he has in his heart. You know, I know. I know that the last time he joined the team, that was when he had that issue when he got suspended, uh, and that kind of left him with like a little bit of heartbroken because he didn't have the support that that he was expecting from Chivas. And but you know going back to Pachuca and bouncing back, completing his suspension, coming back and becoming and went to go to be champion. I think that was awesome for his self esteem, for like, and he's a great player. So he was key player for Pachuca, and I think that joining Chivas now, I think he could do something different for this team. Let's not forget that back then when he joined the team, he was like la bomba del equipo, the best addition to the team back then. And unfortunately, it didn't go well. But now he I in my opinion, I think Chivas has a second chance with him, and let's see, or a third chance if you want to call it that way.
Wait, and what's your worst one?
You know what? I'm not gonna pick a worse one. I think that there's
Super.
just too many players that you don't know how they're gonna adapt to the team and to to their teams. I don't really think there's a worst player in my opinion.
Okay. Once in a while, I do agree with you, and it's gonna be for the best one. Victor Guzman is a great player, and I actually do believe that that could be part of the solution of Chivas's problem when it comes to the lack of goals. And just because of that, I think Chivas is gonna do much better this season. They actually really needed that type of player, and I think they're both gonna benefit from each other. I really want to see Victor Guzman in la selección eventually. He should have been in la selección. I think he should have been, en las eliminatorias. Unfortunately, he wasn't. So maybe from this point going on, Chivas can put him there. And the worst season move for me is Ariel Nahuelpan. He has been in so many teams in La Liga MX, and he's been indisciplined. Salió por la puerta de atrás de Tijuana. He has never really given good results, but somehow he sticks around in La Liga MX, and teams pay money for him. I really want him. I don't understand why he's still around, but he is, and I think he went to Mazatlan this year. So we'll see how that goes. But I think, to me, that's just the worst move that we have this season. Um, so in terms of the players and the teams, who do you guys think has the most pressure?
I mean, the answer is always going to be the same, América y Chivas. América, ok, llegas a la liguilla pasada, le metes, que son como 5 goles en ida y en el primer partido contra el Puebla, le metes otros 5 no sé cuál, no me acuerdo qué cantidad fue, y juegas bien y todo, llegas contra Toluca and you crap out. It's like, it's not a good look. So this time they gotta, if they want to show off, that's fine with me. But you got to put the ball in the back of the net against the big boys. So, and for Chivas, we ain't got to say anything. It's for better or for worse, they're Mexico's team, and they got Vitor Guzman, who said it's time to win. It's like, okay, I would expect that Chivas fan base is going to hold you to that.
Super.
I mean, there is different levels or different kinds of pressure. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of the I guess a lot of things happening. We had a lot of coaches move to new teams, uh, and like el Chivas, that with all this restructuring. I think the pressure is gonna be on la directiva. If things fail for Chivas, then it's gonna be like, all right, you thought that what went wrong was the project that you had going on, and if the results don't come, it's gonna be more of the same. I agree as well with Diego that America has all the pressure, Cruz Azul has pressure, and Pumas, uh, because they're grandes, and it's just, I think that there's pressure all over the place in coming into this tournament.
No,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, you.
yeah, I mean, I'd like to add, the pressure. It's not only for individual teams. I think our Mexicans in our domestic league are under pressure after this horrendous performance at the World Cup, which I'm not gonna name the coach. At some point, you got to point the finger at yourself, and okay, this time, these next 3.5 years, we got to put in the work. We got to show that we have an actual system here, that we're disciplined.
You're right. You're right, and I think that pressure should be all together for all the teams in la Federación. This problem that we finally saw the results of all the problems that we had for the past years, which was not qualifying to the cuarto partido. Kind of spoke the truth of how Mexico's performing right now, and its team. So I think the whole system has pressure
Yeah.
to perform better and to make some changes.
Yeah, I have some high expectations for Alexis Vega. Even though, like, did you guys see the tattoo he got on his arm? What did you get? I thought that was like kind of ridiculous. I don't know what it was, but
It's I mean, it's just the thing for, I guess, a personal achievement that he got to go to a World Cup. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not a tattoo kind of guy, anyways. But at least it's not like some of those tattoos that we saw after the World Cup, like the
oh yeah,
guy's face.
yeah, no, I don't know. I just can't imagine, like, hey kids, I went to the Qatar 2022 World Cup, our worst World Cup in like ages. But
Yeah, but like I said, that's a personal
yeah,
it's a personal thing. I'm assuming that if you were a professional player, you got to go to a World Cup, perhaps you are gonna put it on your skin if you like tattoos.
I think if it would have been any other player, I would have taken it kind of like, I wouldn't say the wrong way, but it would have been annoying. Uh, the fact that it was Alexis Vega, you know, the way he showed that he was living at the World Cup really makes sense. Like, I think it was the first game where he started crying in the anthem. He was probably one of the best players of the team. You could tell that he was trying his heart out to take the team to the next level. So I think it makes sense that it was him. But if it
Yeah.
was any other player, to me, it would have been a little ridiculous, like you
But
said.
Yeah.
but that's the thing. We don't know if more players got tattoos like that. Maybe they did. They just didn't go and put it on social media. It's again, it's that's personal, I guess, choices and whatever, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you like it, you like it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to like to shit on the guy, but no, because he was one of the bright spots in the team. Obviously, had he scored that free kick against Argentina, I think it would have changed the game, and maybe we could have gotten a result from that. But I digress. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So going back to El Clausura 2023, who do you guys think is the four teams? I know it's probably too early, but the four teams that are gonna make it directo a la liguilla, the first four.
I would say America Santos and let's see Tigres. And wait, I only named three, did I? uh, you know what? I'll say Chivas.
Mira la sonrisota de Super.
Hey, like I said, I always have a smile on my face. Life is too good to not, have a smile on your face. But I no, I think that yeah, I mean we're expecting to see Tigres, to see America, to see Pachuca, that is the current champion, and but I think Monterrey, Chivas, they're contenders. So I think out of all those teams that I mentioned, I think um you know I don't know in what order. It's obviously it hasn't even started yet. We still have to see how they come back, how the new adjustments, the new players, new coaches, see what they have to offer.
Okay. Um, I think that this time around Chivas will make it into the first four, and I think it's gonna be the first time that America doesn't. So it's gonna be
Mm.
Chivas, Monterrey, Pachuca. Lo diré por corazón, pero Pumas va a estar ahí también.
All right. Okay. When you say that America is not gonna make the top four, what do you mean by that?
I mean, they're just not gonna make it. I mean, I'm not saying they're not contenders because they're always contenders. They're just gonna end up making it in repechaje.
Okay, you think so? I mean, well,
Yeah,
okay.
dilo way. He's not. They're
Mm,
not gonna make it. They're not gonna make Liguilla this time.
I don't know. They made it. They made it ever since this top four thing happens. They've been in every single one. So I'm an
They're
odds guy. So I'm gonna have them there. And it's funny. I mean, and I say that I'm an odds guy, but Chivas has never been to the top four since this thing started. So I'm contradicting myself right there. But I think
well,
it would be the first time. It would be the
Hablas,
first.
hablas de corazón. Solo dilo.
Nah.
but now I'm curious. You say you're not Chivista. I'm assuming you're Americanista.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. I mean, you're right. America has never missed a liguilla directa since this thing started. But I think there has to be a first time for everything. And America has been really close to not making it in the past. What, two tournaments
Nah. They got
where
first.
they make it? Where they make it like in the last six jornadas.
Well,
You know.
yeah, there's been issues. There's been instances like that, but this last time that they made it was which hopefully if they continue that form, they were like already in like five
Yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah.
There was like 5 games left in the
Okay. I
regular
mean,
season.
who knows? Who knows? Like we said about the whole pressure thing. America is one of the teams that has the most pressure, not only because of who they are, but because of how they perform. That they lose against Toluca, like in a ridiculous way, and they lost against Pachuca. What was it, like 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago?
Yeah, they got
So I think that pressure is gonna end up, you know, take, taking the best of them and kind of like leaving them out of the first cuatro, but they're still gonna make it to the liguilla. They're a really solid team that they're not gonna miss a repechaje. They're not gonna be under the first 12,
well,
the
no,
the
no, yeah.
the
I
first
mean,
12 best teams of the Liga MX.
Yeah, it would really be a circus at that point. So I would say.
Do you need to go to the circus, man? I mean, let's see if we can find you some tickets to go to the circus.
El Cirque du Soleil, por favor, en Las Vegas. Pues ya que estás ya que te estás ofreciendo, pues,
No, pues a mí
¿qué?
también llévame.
¿Nos vamos o qué?
Váyanse al
So,
circo.
¿para qué pagar por un circo si lo tenemos aquí gratis con los partidos?
Nada más falta que te pintes la cara, Fernando.
Como el que se tatuó Messi aquí, ¿verdad? Bueno,
Hey, ¿por qué no te pones Dani Alves?
porque no ha
Hey,
ganado.
that would be good,
Porque,
man. Dani
mira,
Alves aquí.
si Puma sale campeón, me voy con un plumón, con un Sharpie, me voy a poner aquí
No.
Alves.
No, póntelo. Tattoo, man.
no,
Tattoo. Yeah.
me voy a poner Alves para un show. Es más, si llegan a la liguilla directa, ahí está Alves en la cabezota.
¿Sabes que tuviera chingón? No sé si se acuerdan, pero there was this one guy that he got Messi's autograph on his leg, and then he went to a tattoo artist and got that tattooed on his. The tattoo artist traced it over his leg. I think if Pumas by miraculously wins this thing, I think you should do that. You gotta do that, like,
yeah, on your forehead.
Yeah, somewhere visible, somewhere like really embarrassing.
My forehead. No, not my forehead. Maybe on abajo del bigote, tal vez. But no, I don't know. Anyway, moving to the next topic. Who do you guys think is gonna be the MVP for this season?
Henry Martin.
No manches.
Trae la espinilla, trae la espina de este mundial, regreso al mundial. Que pues no juegan bien, and I think he wanted to prove, because a lot of people doubted him, including myself, but I think he's coming back with a vengeance, and he's gonna be on fire, I believe.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't have an MVP right now. I just don't think I'm really not expecting. I don't see anybody like right now that is gonna. I guess on my head, I don't see anybody like being the greatest right now.
You don't think El Pocho Guzman has what it takes?
Not even not even El Pocho.
How about your poderosísimo peruano? ¿Cómo se llama? Ahí sigue, ¿no?
No manches. No manches. No te digo, no seas payaso. No seas payaso, por favor.
No. It's gonna be that guy from
I don't have anybody like, even like this time around with Pachuca was champion. I mean, do you guys have an MVP? I mean, that somebody that really you can tell me, oh no, this guy was really great. This was the best player of the league. I don't have one, man. And we didn't get any like any great foreigner players coming into La Liga, so I don't see anybody over, I guess, achieving in this tournament.
I mean, pues nomás di Gignac, o sea, that's the default answer, I guess.
The thing, and you know what, and I was gonna say Gignac, but the thing of it is that he's getting older, he's getting slower, he's I said Gignac last tournament, and he is just not like I said, he's on a downhill on his career, man. He's I don't have one.
I think in Guignac's situation, it's time for him to leave Tigres and pursue other endeavors, if you want to call them that. I think Tigres is a really important.
He fell in love with Tigres, man. He's probably gonna retire there. I mean, what do you think he's gonna pursue?
I mean, he's just in the older side. I think the reason why he's started in Tigres is because of his past. So now that he's older and Tigres needs a new, like a renovation, needs new players, I think he should step aside and maybe look for another team until he retires.
Well, listen, that's what Pio Herrera was thinking, and look where he's at now.
Yeah,
And
he's
the
over
thing
here.
of it is that he said it. This team is got old,
Yeah, and he was right. I totally agreed with him.
and they
I think
fire
that
him
if
for that.
because Tigres, I guess, is stubborn, but you even said it yourself. He's getting old, and for a team like Tigres that always looks to be at the top, Guignac doesn't cut it anymore. So if Guignac was the team, I think he should probably think about stepping aside, and then maybe later on, once he retires, go back and be part of the directiva, be part of el equipo del entrenador. I don't know.
I mean, would you say he would go to a team in Mexico, or do you think he would go to like back to France to play in like League Two or something?
I mean, now that he's,
No,
I
I
think
think he will retire.
I think even in Mexico, I think would be a good place to go. I don't know if he's in love with Monterrey. I don't know that if that's why he doesn't want to leave the team, but maybe like a smaller team, like you got San Luis, you got
He's
you
not
know
gonna go to a smaller
well,
team, man.
I don't know, man. But the
He's-
thing is that the results are not there anymore for the past few years, so they're not gonna
Here-
be there anymore for
I'm gonna
Tigres.
tell you one thing. I think this guy is gonna retire in Tigres, and I think he's gonna rather retire than just ahora sí que a pasar vergüenzas en otro lado.
It might be, but I feel like until then, Tigres is not gonna be campeón. Who knows? They might shut me up, but
yeah, yeah. He might go back to Marseille and have like a pity season where he's just there for moral support. But I don't know.
the truth is that Guignac is not gonna be
Yeah,
that piece that Tigres thinks, or that Tigres wants that he was back then. He's not gonna be that important piece anymore. But
we shall
okay,
see.
I mean, yeah, I think the MVP is gonna be Luis Chavez.
Dani Alves.
Uh, I mean, he just might, but I think it's gonna be Luis Chavez based on the type of soccer he had at the World Cup, and I think he's just motivated. He's gonna come back even better than last season.
I don't think
Now
he's gonna
because
make it all the way through, man.
why not?
I think he's leaving, dude.
You think
I,
he's
I
getting off?
honestly think I honestly think that he's gonna go.
I hope so. I mean, he already said no to Monterrey, so that's a good sign. If he doesn't leave, I think he's gonna be the MVP. Even if he plays half of the season, he might even be the better than others that play the whole thing. Um, who knows?
So yeah, we're,
And
we're probably gonna see him at PSV soon.
that would be great. That I feel like
Hey,
the players who go there end up having a good career, or in Europe.
¿Lo
I would
dices
love
por
to see him at the
Eric
Premier League.
Gutiérrez?
I mean, le está levantando el muchacho. He's getting playing time. You know,
Not
obviously
not 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 the team itself, but the country. Like
to
that
the
league.
to
Yeah,
Eredivisie.
that
Like,
league is
yeah, like a Hank or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would love to see him in the Premier League, but it seems like los que se van a la Liga Premier como que les pasa algo. But
I mean, it's the Premier League, bro.
we'll
It's like
see.
it's
Yeah, it is.
probably
Yeah, you're right.
it's
You're right.
the toughest league in the world. I think so.
You're right. And we're almost going to the end, but I do want to know, who do you guys think is gonna be el goleador de esta temporada?
No le preguntes a Diego, por favor.
Yeah, you already know my answer. Big
Henry Martin,
H&M, bro. Big H&M. He's got
How
the
about,
biceps. He's got the big ass arm, bro. He's out here, bro.
he could do. I mean, what last season? What was he tied for that spot?
Yeah.
He
Tied
didn't
with,
win it, right?
no, he didn't. Yeah,
No.
no, he didn't take it.
No, I
How,
think he
how about
needs
you?
one goal. He needed one goal, I think,
Yeah,
to.
he needed one more.
How about you,
Um,
Super?
ah, goleador. I don't know.
Nadie. Vas a decir nadie.
Vas a
De
ver que va a
todos,
ser Saldívar en San Luis.
you never know.
Oh man, yeah, it's tough. I don't. Again, it goes hand on hand with kind of like with the MVP. I don't really see any players right now that I'm too like, oh, this guy is gonna do great this tournament,
Yeah.
So
No love for
Eh,
Alexis Vega. Damn.
no, pues,
dude,
he,
he's not a striker. He's es más como un pinche ahí creativo, pero he's not
Number 9.
a goleador, man.
All right, all right, all right.
uh,
So how about Macias? I mean, you got some hate. He's
is
injured
he
right now,
coming
but
back? Is
He's
he
coming
finally coming
back.
back?
I think he still has like a few weeks, maybe. They said around 5-6 weeks, I think, for him to return. But
We'll see.
we'll see. He's not gonna be on rhythm, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, definitely, it's not coming for out of Chivas. That's for sure.
all right.
As much as I would love it for it to be a Mexicano, there's this player called Dinegol, and I think he's just gonna end up taking the goleo Dineno. That's just my opinion.
Did-
So what?
No, 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 no,
¿Qué
no.
no eso es lo que usas para comprar cosas?
Que no. Are you talking about products or?
Estamos hablando
Eso,
del peso americano.
del comandante que juega en Pumas.
No, pues,
Oh, sigues con los chistes, Fernando. Come on, man. Get serious, please.
No, I mean, no, va a ser el goleador. Sale de Pumas, por lo menos.
No manches.
oh man.
Oh my God.
Esperemos
Can you
no se ponga los patos,
let's send him back to
Bueno,
Qatar, please. Let's see if what happened there. Did he get stuck? Is he? Are you kidding? Are you Fernando? Are you still Fernando?
No tengo esperanzas de que levantan los Pumas. Hasta la final igual y llegan.
Listen, one day we're just gonna make a show for you and Pumas. That's it. And
we're gonna we'll take all the clips of all the Pumas things that he said. We'll put them all in an hour compilation, bro.
right, we'll
That'll
call
be
we'll call it
the
Fernando and Wonder World.
the most watched video that we're gonna have. You just wait. Hey, but I wouldn't mind having a segment in it, where I talk a lot about Pumas with you guys.
What?
Isn't that what this show is, bro?
You have the whole freaking show talking about Pumas today, man. That you have you're talking about your fairy tale, thinking that este morro hasta se me va el nombre del coach Fernando, ¿cómo se llama? Luis ¿cómo se llama?
Rafa de la Puente que
Rafa Puente Jr. You're thinking Rafa Puente Jr. is gonna lead Pumas to the championship.
Hey,
He has a 6-month contract, man.
la esperanza muere al último, super. Órale, para terminar el show, 2 questions real quick. What are you guys most excited about? And who do you guys think is gonna be champions? Así, se las pongo fácil.
Mano, yo siempre voy a decir que el América va a ser el campeón. Always, biggest team in Mexico. One of the strongest squads. And they were embarrassed in that semifinal. And I think they're coming back with a vengeance. What I'm most excited about is, the memes. As always, it's as I keep going back to the circus. It's I live for this.
I think, I think it's gonna be uno del norte, man. Monterrey, I think may
Monterrey.
Fallas Mori.
Yeah, no, se queda olvidado en la banca como lo dejó Tata Martino.
Ridiculous, man. Well, whatever. They do have a chance. It's just that guy's just he's special.
Wait, so what are you most excited about?
Oh, most excited about? I mean, I have a little hope in Las Chivas that they can give us a good tournament and a ver qué ideas trae el serbio. Like I said, he gave us un sabor ahí agridulce, pero en this copa, and he gave at least hope to la afición Chiva. So I am excited about seeing them. So
I actually also think que se queda en el norte, but no, actually, no, because that would just contradict what I said. I think it's gonna be Pachuca again. Pachuca's Pachuca's gonna take it again, and I'm most excited. What?
Dale, dale, mi chavo. You
No,
just
dale.
No te rías, super. Esto es serio. I think it's gonna be Pachuca. ¿Me dejas hablar, por favor? I think it's gonna be Pachuca, and I'm just mostly excited to sit through four games and watch them all at once. That's what I'm most excited about. Anyway, ya se acabó el show. Las últimas palabras que nos quieran decir.
just esperemos un gran torneo and hey, let's just get back to this.
Yeah, yo extrañaba el circo. Abrazos, no balazos. Feliz año nuevo. Y pues arriba la América.
Okay. Pues, welcome back, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little preview. And don't forget to join us on our podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on our social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Nos vemos.
All right. Good shit, you guys. Good stuff. Just one thing. If you could just announce that our podcast is gonna be on Mondays.
Like, just repeat it.
Just do a
Yeah,
quick,
Yeah,
quick
just kind of
flip, maybe.
like just kind of start like how you ended it. Like, oh well, that's it. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to join us on our podcast. That now move to Mondays at 9 Eastern, 6 whatever, you know,
Okay.
that whole shit.
9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Is that what it
Yeah.
is?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Whatever.
guys, that's all. What?
My bad. No, my bad. Do your thing.
Okay. Well, guys, that's all the time that we have. Don't forget to check us out on our podcast. But this time, the podcasts are moved to Monday. The time is the same, 9 Eastern time, 6 Pacific time. I'll see you guys there. Later.
All right, good shit. No, we're gonna.